There was a guy. What the fuck? Jesus. God, these people. Now, Thailand, statistically, is the most dangerous place to drive in the world. They used to say they were number 2, sometimes number 3. And then a group of independent researchers came in and took a hard look at their books and discovered Thailand had been cooking the books. Now they're number 1, most dangerous. I don't know how I survived it. 10 years, crisscrossed the country more times than I can count or remember. Cars, motorbikes, big motorbikes, little motorbikes, every kind of anything had a wheel. And I had close calls almost every day. They're just dumb luck that I lived. You know, there's probably some skill in there, but in the end, it's dumb luck. It doesn't matter how skillful you are. If you're unlucky, you're unlucky. So anyway, in the Philippines, statistically it's not worse, but I swear it feels like it's worse. Crazy drivers. Just I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. You have to look at the books, figure out what causes the problems in the Philippines. I don't know what it is. Vietnam is the only country I've ever seen that's worse. I don't know, Cambodia was kind of bad also. Okay, so there was a guy, back to my original beginning of this thing, there was a guy years and years ago, his name was Robert Monroe. Monroe, Bob Monroe. And he wrote 3 books. He wrote at least 3 books that I know of. And I read them very faithfully. Let's see, several times over. And the first one was called Journeys Out of the Body. Shit, made a mistake crossing over to this side. I don't like talking when there's people around. It makes it difficult to... God damn it. Concentrate. Jesus, they walk like they drive. Damn. Yeah, they just have no clue that there's anybody else in the world. They think they're in their home living room, walking around. Hi. Okay. Try to get back on track here. Anyway, this guy, Robert Monroe, wrote these 3 books, and they're quite excellent. I'm not a particular aficionado of out-of-body experience accounts, but they're kind of interesting. And the theme through these 3 books was that after you die, you don't die. And his claim was that you didn't have to die to see what it was like after you die. His claim was before and after you die, if you know how to do it before you die, you can just go out, leave your body, go out into the ether and fly around, and whatever you think of, a destination, a person, an activity, pursuit, whatever you think of, you are instantly there. And it's a little bit of a journey. Well, it can be a little bit of a journey to go from, place A to place B, or state A to state B. It can be instantaneous, or it can be a bit of a journey. And I think it depends on just how you think about it at that instant. And he claimed that many times, as he had this notion to be somewhere other than where he was, whether it was another place or another state or state of being or whatever. He claimed that on his way to that place, things would come up to interrupt his journey. And it might be an environment that he wasn't expecting. It might be, usually I think it was another being, an entity of some type. Being could be good or bad or neutral or interesting or boring or violent or kind or anything. Could be anything. And he might choose to run away quickly, or he might choose to stop and engage him, see what they wanted. Might turn out to be a friend. They might go off together, have some adventure. Okay, so that was Robert Monroe's description of life out of the body, whether you're dead or not. And his accounts of it are amazing. And I've thought about him a lot all these years, and I don't know whether to believe him or not. I've never experienced anything like that. Been dead a few times from accidents or whatever, and had no recollection of being anything other than nothing. And so I was just musing about that on the way coming down on the lift out of my building to take this walk. God, it's hot. It's just too stinking hot. And I live on a high floor, so the lift has to pass by many levels to get to the ground. And as I was going down, it dawned on me that I was just on a journey. I had been somewhere, and now I was going to a new place. And I was thinking about that idly, going down. And I'm waiting for the feeling of gravity, because as you're going down, you only feel 1G, normal 1G. And if the elevator is going to stop at some floor, just briefly for a moment, you feel a little bit of increased G as it slows down. And you feel it, teensy bit heavy for just a few seconds until the elevator stops, and then you're back at 1G. So as you're going down in the lift, I don't know who else does this, but I do. I'm always, I want to go from my floor to the ground without interruption if possible. I just want to go. I just want to get there. And so I'm always waiting for a tiny little increase in gravity to signal somebody somewhere on some level.
Hey, my friend.
Oh, Jivi.
Oh, you just murmuring. You just go.
Yeah, wait a minute. I have to finish. I have to finish talking. Only 1 minute, and I come back. Okay. And so I'm just waiting all the time to feel that little increase in gravity. And when you feel it, that means that somebody else on some other level has pushed the button. And the lift is going to stop. The door's going to open. Somebody's going to get in. They might be nice or mean or rude or violent, or might turn out to be a best friend. You don't know. But they have entered into your pathway of where you're going from point A to point B, or state A to state B. Someone else has entered into that path. And it just occurred to me that it's exactly what Monroe was talking about. That experience is in the physical world. His experience was in the ethereal world, in the ether. And it's exactly the same thing. It's two instances of exactly the same thing. And I'm just wondering how many other areas in life the two things can be applied to. But if you have any interest in that subject, go read his books. They're worth it. Buy them. And they'll change your life. You don't have to believe them. They'll just give you stuff to think about. Okay? We'll be done. Thank you. Now on to my friend.